Hey guys, we're back to Crossroads. I'm back at the cemetery. It's probably been a couple years since I've been here, but I wanted to come back and do an investigation. Let's see what happens. This is a small little cemetery here, and I got the Ghost Tool app going. Get little statues, things here. It's probably, like I said, a couple years since I've been to this cemetery, so I definitely wanted to come back since I was in the area. That's usually how I work these videos. If I'm in an area, that's when I'll go and film. Voice? Todd. Can you give me your name? So, like I say, I kind of just go to cemeteries, if I'm running an errand somewhere, or if I have an appointment or a sack. That's wild. So that's how I get to these. That's how I do them. That's why I do like Riverside and some of those places quite often, because I'm just happen to be more in that area than I am anywhere else. But when I'm able to go different places, I'll do it. James Everett Justice, 1893, 1932. So yeah, there's a lot of early 1900s, late 1800s in here. Best I remember, quite a bit of them. Just a small, like I say, a small little cemetery, which is cool. Very little cool cemetery here. Well, I do know that Sack, that could be a person's last name. There was a race car driver, I remember, by the name of Greg Sacks. Spelled that way. But I don't see any right off for that last name in here, so I can try to use a cemetery app, which I don't think I had downloaded when I was here last time. So it's a good tool. And let me show you that real quick, guys. It's Find a Grave. That right there. They don't sponsor me, but I would love it if they would. And all you got to do is just, it's very simple. You can do a cemetery search. Hit that little button there. Okay, it's going to pause for a moment. So it's Find a Grave. And you just hit this, you look for a memorial search, or you can look for cemetery search and hit those. And like I said, they don't sponsor me, although it'd be cool if they did. But it can help you find, like if you get somebody's name comes through, like I've used examples before, like Tom, like the name Tom, maybe find a Tom somewhere. Like there's a Thomas right there now that I say that. But you can kind of help, especially with big cemeteries like Riverside and some of these other ones that it's not easy to find. You might be able to come across where they're located, and that's when I try to do K2 writing. You're a writer, maybe. Yeah, you can just put it like on their headstone if you can, and see if they'll communicate using like the K2 or REM pod or something. So if you do a lot of cemetery investigations, I recommend Find a Grave. It's a real cool app, and it's free. It costs you nothing, which is another thing I like about it. Not that I'm a cheapskate, it's just the sheer fact that some people just don't like to pay for apps or just can't afford apps. And oh yeah, I remember that George Jones. Yes, George Archer, not the George Jones that we all know from the country music world, but that's cool. That's cool. I forgot that was there. Still like to get your names if I could, please. Amounts. Best I remember, it's kind of like maybe, I think it was this area that was more of a hot spot, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way, but it is getting kind of up there. Cottage. Live in a cottage somewhere. Maybe you died in a cottage, I guess. Nope. I don't really know. Neat old little headstones there. Looks like maybe 1899 right there. Yeah, 1899 looks like. So these are, some of these people are, the last name is Patton. Remember, we did a video in Riverside Cemetery with a ton of Pattons in there. So, a cottage. Maybe they died in a cottage, or something. Maybe they think they still live in a cottage. I don't know. No names though, no names. That's been interesting not to get names. Generally we do, but it's not always the case. So it's an interesting little walk through here. The name of Houston. Here's her first name. That's kind of cool to have a first name of Houston. Respect. Well, let's go back to this area here, and a lot of these older headstones here are pretty cool. See if we get any more words that come through, possibly. These old headstones here, they're built well, that's for sure. July 8, 1865, died in, looks like 1904. So that, yeah, 1865 is what that looks like. Hard to tell, like 1847 to 1924. And this one's 1887 to 1952. Huh. There you go. Alright guys, I know this hasn't been a very long video, but I've not got anything else coming through lately. And I've been here, a bit, but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day here, and I got one more place I want to go to since I'm in this area. But until next time, God bless.